What is going on, my fellow navigators, and welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon News, where I, PokéNav, bring you all of the latest developments concerning the Pokemon TCG. But before we get started, guys, you know what to do. Give me that double slap attack, one for that like button, one for that subscribe button, and if you want to be notified each and every time the Pokemon News drops, go ahead and thunder punch that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video. But before we get rolling on today's top stories, just a quick announcement, guys. Tomorrow I will be posting a video celebrating the 5,000 subscriber milestone here on the channel, and in that video I'm going to be giving you guys information on how you can get yourselves eligible for the giveaway that I'm hosting in celebration of hitting this milestone. So make sure that you guys tune in tomorrow. We will be announcing the winner of this giveaway in Friday's live stream Q&A. So make sure that you tune in tomorrow during that video so that you know how you can make yourself eligible. So all in all, guys, it was a pretty slow week for news surrounded directly around the Pokemon TCG, but we did have a couple big announcements, big news stories that did drop recently that does have somewhat of an indirect relationship to the TCG. And the first big thing here is a company you are all familiar with if you are getting Pokemon cards graded, and that is PSA. So the big story here is that the PSA parent company, which is Collectors Universe, they have agreed to a $700 million buyout offer. So here, this was on sportscollectorsdaily.com, and I believe our good friend of the channel, Polish Rob, was actually the first one to drop this in a video, but I did want to discuss it here today because, as you guys know, I have a finance background, so this is right up my alley. So as the article says, Collectors Universe, parent company of PSA, is being sold to an investor group led by entrepreneur and sports card collector Nat Turner. And there's Nat himself, you know, looking so businesslike down there in the corner, for approximately $700 million. D1 Capital Partners LP and Cohen Private Ventures LLC will acquire all of the company's outstanding shares of common stock for $75.25 per share in cash. Last I checked, the shares of Collectors Universe were going for around $70. So going to be selling at a premium here. So any of you that are invested in Collectors Universe, it's going to be a good day for you guys. Cohen Private Ventures oversees certain family office activities for and invests capital on behalf of Stephen A. Cohen and his family. Cohen is the new owner of the New York Mets. So he's pretty big baller, and now he's buying up PSA. The move means PSA will move from being a publicly owned company to a private entity. Now, this is important, guys, because when you move from a publicly traded company to a private company, there's a lot of differences between the two. But when I'm looking at it from this perspective, and for PSA, we all know PSA has been backlogged. Turnaround times are taking months and months. Now that they're being moved from a publicly held company to a privately held company, typically what you see there is more financial mobility, and that's because when you move to a privately held company, there isn't the same amount of regulations and sort of rigmarole that you have to go through if you are a publicly held company and you're in the oversight of FINRA and the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. So this could very well mean that now that they are a private entity and under the umbrella of Nat Turner and his investment company, this could very well mean that the technologies that they're going to be putting in, the amount of money that will be poured into PSA and more broadly Collectors Universe, this could be a very, very good thing for the company in aspects like turnaround times. They could even improve upon their products, their validation process, hiring more people, especially after the pandemic. PSA did have to either furlough or let go of many of their employees. So now that they're under this umbrella of Nat Turner's investment company, I think that it does spell good things for PSA as they go into the future. Just to give you a little bit more information about this individual, Turner is a 34-year-old tech entrepreneur and angel investor known for buying and selling companies for big profits. In 2018, he sold Flatiron Health, a data science software company, for approximately $2 billion. He's also an avid collector of high-end basketball cards. He is expected to take over or take on an active role in directing the company's future. Now, we did get a little bit of a response from Collectors Universe itself, and it comes from this guy right here, Joe Orlando. So as we look to our next chapter, I'm excited to partner with Nat, a fellow lifelong collector and hobbyist whose passion for the collectible space and substantial experience scaling technology businesses will help position Collectors Universe to drive continued growth and success in our PSA and PCGS brands over the long term. So again, it looks like, the two companies are really, really happy with this buyout. And like I said, I think that it's actually going to be a great thing for PSA going from a publicly held company to a privately held company. As I said, not nearly the regulations that you have to go through being publicly held. And I think, just based upon the past experience for this guy, Nat Turner, I think that it does spell a lot of success moving forward for PSA. Now, what that is actually going to be, we don't know at this point, but I would imagine they're probably going to increase their employees. They're probably going to increase their technology. They'll probably pump more money into the company so that they can start to decrease the amount of turnaround time that they have, and also, potentially produce a better product, a more reliable product for collectors and investors. So all in all, guys, I would say I'm pretty happy about this, pretty happy to see this acquisition, and I think it does spell good things for PSA as we move on into the future. So moving on to our next big news story here, your favorite spoon-bending Pokemon Kadabra may be coming back to the TCG. So as you guys can see here, after 20 years, Kadabra can return to the Pokemon TCG. So it says, Pokemon fans may not have noticed, but Kadabra has not been printed on a card for almost 20 years, thanks to a long-standing feud and court case between Israeli illusionist and psychic Uri Geller. The Pokemon Company has not been able to create new versions of the psychic Pokemon Kadabra in the trading card game. Kadabra has been in video games since the lawsuit, most recently a part of Pokemon Sword and Shield's DLC, Isle of Armor. Now, if you guys aren't familiar on the background on this, basically about 20 years ago, this magician Uri Geller filed a lawsuit against the Pokemon Company, basically claiming that they were using his likeness in the form of Kadabra cards without giving him due credit and without his permission. And ever since then, Kadabra has not been featured in the TCG. But just most recently, in his Twitter account, Uri Geller reached out to the Pokemon Company and said, I am truly sorry for what I did 20 years ago. Kids and grown-ups, I am releasing the ban. It's now all up to hashtag Nintendo to bring my hashtag Kadabra, hashtag Pokemon card back. It will probably be one of the rarest cards now. Much energy and love to all. So basically, he has relinquished the ban that he has placed on the Kadabra cards, and now Pokemon can go ahead and start producing these cards again in the TCG. Now, it's a matter of whether they will actually do this or not. Apparently, he has not heard back from the Pokemon Company, and so we don't know if this will actually be the case. And very well, maybe Pokemon is pretty bitter about this whole fiasco that happened that long ago, and who knows, maybe our friend Kadabra may not be coming back after all. But we do know now that he has relinquished the ban and Pokemon can produce Kadabra. And personally, I hope so. I love the whole line, Abracadabra, Alakazam. I love that whole line of Pokemon. So me personally, I would love to see Kadabra cards start coming back out again. But we will see. We will see what happens with this new development here. And I'll be sure to keep you guys posted as we know more. All right, guys, and our last big news story of the day. If you guys watched or listened to the most recent episode of the Pokemon Purveyors podcast, which is a podcast hosted by yourself and fellow PokeTuber Collecting with Jules, you guys will have heard of this as well. But I wanted to make sure I shared it here today for anyone that didn't catch that. And that is VSTAR trademark has been filed with the Pokemon Company International. So we're here on our trusted source, PokeBeach, and as you can see, a new VSTAR trademark has been filed by Pokemon. It's under the same usage terms as recent Pokemon TCG sets, meaning it could be an upcoming Japanese set. Trademarks are discovered 5 to 6 months in advance, so this would release around April or May if it's a set. Now PokeBeach especially has released this kind of information in the past about trademarks being filed, and they have been pretty spot on with most of these. Now with the VSTAR, we still don't know what this actually means. It could very well be a new set that is slated to be released next year around that April or May timeframe, or it could also mean a new card mechanic. Now, I have hypothesized, and again, if you guys listened to that episode, I gave my whole, speculation on what I think VSTAR might very well be. And when I say mechanic, that could be, what we've seen in the past with like EX cards, GX cards, now V cards. This could very well be a new card mechanic, but we don't have a whole lot of information on it just yet. So I would be interested to know what all of you think. So down in the comments below, let me know what you think this VSTAR trademark is actually referring to, whether it's going to be a new set or whether this may be a new card mechanic. Personally, I would like it to be a new card mechanic. As I said, I hypothesized that perhaps this VSTAR could be the current V card, but actually maybe bringing back some of those gold star cards that we saw back in EX era. And I would just personally absolutely love that if Pokemon decided to go that route, but we will see. So as I said, guys, let me know your opinion down in the comments below, what you think VSTAR will actually entail for the Pokemon TCG. So that is going to do it for this episode of the Pokemon News. Thank you guys for coming back each and every week, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for that 5,000 subscriber milestone video, and make sure you get yourselves eligible to win these awesome products. More information will come tomorrow, guys, so I will see you all then. My name is PokéNav. I'm here to help you navigate the world of Pokemon one video at a time, and I will see you all in the next video.